With this, I would like to invite our last panelist, Ms. Snigdha Sarkar. Snigdha is a parent of a deaf youth working with in the field of disability for more than 25 years. She has a very long experience. She is a member of the parent support group Avestha Kolkata, Disability Activist Forum in West Bengal. She's also one of the member of the West Bengal RT Forum. Snigdha जी, मैं आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत करती हूँ इस पैनल में.
Thank you, Nikhaji. First of all, I would like to begin with thanking ACTI Forum for celebrating the International Day of the Girl and for including security issues of girls with disabilities. Rashmi, Farhana, Sheetal और नगमा, आप चारों जो बोले हैं सब बहुत अच्छा बोला. मेरा हिंदी बहुत बेकार है, but just so you can understand, I'm trying to speak in हिंदी. बहुत अच्छे से अपनी बात रखी है. बहुत से इश्यूज जो आप फेस कर रहे हो उससे बहुत स्पष्ट तरीके से आप मतलब उभर के निकल आया है. मैं जस्ट इतना ही बोलना चाहती हूँ कि जस्ट डोंट गिव अप, क्योंकि वी आर ओल्डर, मच ओल्डर टू यू. हम आपके शायद माँ या उनसे भी बड़ी है उम्र में, तो हम कहते हैं कि द ओनली थिंग दैट रियली स्टेज इज दैट यू डोंट गिव अप. और मैं गीता जी से बिल्कुल सहमत हूँ कि यू इंस्पायर. कभी कभी जबकि हमको लगता है कि शायद हम ज़्यादा कुछ और देखेंगे नहीं, इतना कोशिश के बावजूद भी कितना देख पाए हैं हम. आपको हमारे सामने इंस्पिरेशन जिन्हें देख के हमें फिर से आशा होती है. हमें लगता है कि नहीं, चेंजेस आएंगे, हम कुछ कर पाएंगे. तो प्लीज डोंट गिव अप. और सिमिलरली अपने जो प्रश्न रखे हैं, जो क्वेश्चन दैट यू पुट, देयर आर एक्चुअली टू एस्पेक्ट्स टू इट. एक है एक्सेस एंड वन सिक्योरिटी. सो अगर हम थोड़ा सा एक्सेस के बारे में बोले पहले, सो अगर हम देखें कि ये इंक्लूसिव एजुकेशन जो है, क्योंकि एक राइट है, इवन कन्वेंशन के तौर पे, राइट ऑफ पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटीज एक्ट और आरटी एक्ट के तौर पे, ये डिसेबल बच्चे जो है उनका हालत क्या है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, अभी तो जो स्थिति है, जो ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन है, उसमें तो ये बच्चे बिल्कुल ही नहीं है, क्योंकि मेजॉरिटी ऑफ चिल्ड्रन आर फ्रॉम पुअर फैमिली जिनके पास स्मार्टफोन नहीं है, इंटरनेट कनेक्टिविटी नहीं है. हमने एक रैपिड असेसमेंट किया था वेस्ट बंगाल में आरटी को और एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक साथ मिल के लॉकडाउन के समय पे. तो वहाँ से जो हमने देखा, जो निकल के आया था कि ओनली 16.6% ऑफ चिल्ड्रन दे हैव ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन फैसिलिटी. ये जो स्टडी हमने किए थे उसमें गर्ल्स विद डिसेबिलिटीज भी इंक्लूडेड थे, शामिल थे. और अगर जो रश्मि ने बहुत अच्छे से बोला कि अगर उन किसी के पास स्मार्टफोन है भी, किसी तरह इंटरनेट कनेक्शन है भी, ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन इज स्टिल नॉट एक्सेसिबल बिकॉज इट इज नॉट इंक्लूसिव बाय डिजाइन and does not consider the specific needs of students with disabilities. ये तो एक चीज है. और दूसरी ये भी है which has also impacted the education, that complete stop of all rehabilitative services, therapies, they have enhanced challenges for disabled children, including mobility, speech, behavioral, daily living, so on. We hear about inclusive and equitable quality education in the SDGs. The picture is, out of every 100 girls enrolled, only 1/4 of them make it to higher education. A UNESCO study last year revealed that 75% of children with disabilities do not attend schools in India. And even those that enroll, the number of children drop successively each year. Fewer girls than boys continue education. और हमने NEP में ये भी देखा है कि according to UDAI 16-17 data, differently able children comprise only 1.1% of the student population at the primary level and fall to 0.25 at the higher secondary level, with even greater decline for female students, and this decline is even steeper in higher education. Such is the situation of access to education for children with disabilities. And coming to girls specifically, within the disabilities, girl children are more marginalized and vulnerable due to intersectionality. We have been already talking of these issues. disabled, poor, Dalit. She is at the bottom of all social particles living on the edge. She actually does not exist. She lives an invisible life. Her needs, dreams and desires will never be articulated. She will be made to feel guilty for her very existence. Such is a position in the family, in community, that pushes girls with disabilities to greater risk in every aspect. हम ऐसे एक समाज में रहते हैं जहाँ पे women are not safe from a tender age to old age, and a girl with disability is more vulnerable क्योंकि अगर ये बच्चा सुन नहीं पाता या देख नहीं पाती या डेवलपमेंटली चैलेंज है, लोगों को लगता है कि ये तो कुछ बोल ही नहीं पाएगी, ये तो किसी को कुछ समझा नहीं पाएगी. So she falls even at greater prey to the different situations of abuse and other exploitations. And also, even if she can actually speak, she remains silent because she has not learned to speak up. ये बात कि हम खुद के लिए बोल पाए, उसके लिए एक एम्पावरमेंट जरूरी है, जो कि ये बच्चे वो सब मिलने से काफी दूर है. Talking of safety and security concerns, these are actually primarily the same for all children. Physical safety, accident awareness, psychological and emotional well-being are all part of safety and security for a child. जब एक स्कूल सेफ हो, सिक्योर हो हर बच्चों के लिए, एक गर्ल विद डिसेबिलिटी उसमें सेफ फील करती है और उसके लिए अलग से बहुत कुछ एक्चुअली करने की जरूरत नहीं होती है. She'll happily fit into that environment. जो जितना छोटा मोटा करना जरूरी है वो एक्चुअली हो सकता है और हो जाता है if the school is inclusive. The first feeling of safety and security for a child is, do I belong here? Am I welcome here? This is my place. When the child feels that she is part of the school community, she feels happy and she starts owning her school. And ownership has a lot to do with feeling of security. Physical safety includes infrastructure arrangements, cleanliness, water facility, clean and dry drinking water facility. I emphasize on dry because girls with mobility issues find it very difficult to access the water facility area. And proper and accessible toilets, place for midday meals. If the school premises is disabled friendly on the whole and inclusive, children will thrive better in such a school. Awareness of accidents is another important feature in safety. Accidents do happen in schools. Fewer accidents will happen if they become aware of the dangers. Now, being able to access classroom very important to a child's self-esteem, emotional well-being and psychological safety. If a child with disability is sitting in the classroom, not understanding what is going on, which happens often, it can be very unsettling for the child psychologically. She feels neglected and invisible. This has many damaging effects on the child. She will lose interest in studies, lose confidence, will suffer from a sense of inferiority. She may be bullied by her peers and looked down upon by them. This can leave a deep scar in the child. Classroom environment transaction have to be inclusive and for everyone. Every child has a right to learn in her own way and at her own pace. This has to be acknowledged, respected, and the child has to be given that space. The school environment has to be one of cooperation and should promote a philosophy of inclusion to make every child feel safe and secure, including girl children with disabilities. Every school must have a child protection policy and everyone in the school must be oriented to practice it. Children and parents must be aware of the policy. Everyone must take it seriously. There has to be a robust protocol of report and response and a culture of respect which needs to be imbibed within the school culture. The safety of girls have to be considered not on reaching school but on leaving home. There are ample instances between home and school and we are aware of many horrific incidents in this space. School security.
I just request you to kindly sum up in 30 seconds because we are running out of time and
Yes, I'll do it maybe within a minute. Yes.
really sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. Security is very important, but safety security is all encompassing issue, and schools, parents and communities must be made aware of these issues for their girl children. People say it takes a village to educate a child, and it takes a society to protect a child. And parents, boys, men, community members, policy makers, that includes everybody. There are children such as the JJ Act, POCSO, etc. The national and the state protection of child rights have important roles in creating awareness. We also need a holistic child protection act in our country, so issues of safety and security can be addressed right from the beginning before it becomes a crisis. We need to act not for remedial but for prevention. We need a powerful Child Protection Act that can work on preventive aspects of safety and security of girls, including girls with disabilities. When one girl is safe, all girls will be safe, and that will include girls with disabilities. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Snigdha ji. Your statements were really powerful, very simple, and you have suggested very, very practical strategies that we really need to focus on making education inclusive. And your thing is, as you said, just don't give